how's it going? Hey! So, my name is Daddy D. If you don't know who I am, now you know me! But you know that! So today, in this video, we're going to be going over a little list, okay? We're just going to go over a little list. Basically, I'm just going to be going over a bunch of songs that I feel like need more exposure, some of them, and then, like, the reasons why they make me feel in some type of way. Let me explain exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying that this music makes me horn with knees. The thing is that I don't actually get horn with knees because I just don't feel that ever. So when I say I get, horn with knees, it actually means I have a music-gasm, which is basically like it makes you feel utmost euphoria, you know what I mean? To where you're shaking, you might even clutch a few pearls, do a couple things like that, and you feel the same way you would feel if you were engaging in intercourse, but without the intercourse. And frankly, I think it's a better version of, so hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but anyway, I'm going through this whole list because we're gonna be here for a bit, because I'm going to be explaining each song and what part makes me feel a certain type of way. So we've got about over 20 of them, so let's just see. So number 1 is Whenever You're Around by Jill Scott. I'm gonna play a little snippet of what I'm talking about. So the first section is when it goes to this. So the whole gist with that little part of the song, it gets to that climb down or whatever, I don't even know what you call, I guess the pre-bridge or whatever you want to call it. The synth or whatever keyboard that person is using, it sounds so good. And then with the swaggy little beat behind it, it's just like that little swing that you just really feel something with the synth in the background. Who was in the studio? I love a good climb on a synth. Crescendo-ish, but also a really nice little vibe that makes you feel like, ooh, I could sway to my hips to this or something like that, So the next one is one of my favorites, and one of my most recent favorites is See in the Moon by Dimension. And mostly it has to do with the saxophone. So you kind of got a taste of that, right? So with the saxophone, the little saxophone vibe, I love this saxophone dude. Dimension is one of my favorite jazz fusion bands because they made the soundtrack to Mario Kart 8. It's apparently this song is like a redo of Michael Landau, and it's called I Don't Care. It's a reinvention / cover of the song. I like this version better, but I Don't Care is also good, but without the saxophone mostly. But also, that's not the only part of this song that I really like. It's also just the tune of it. Come on now. That's a perfect little vibe that just sounds so good on guitar. I don't know why, I just love it. And it sounds like a really intense, let's just say it's very let's just call it Next song, we've got Wipeout by Duncan Lamont. I guess a little tidbit about Mr. Duncan is that he's the one who made that one SpongeBob song with the you gotta acquire a taste for freeform jazz. But Wipeout, the song, is way better because, again, it's more saxophone. One of my favorite instruments is the saxophone. Best instrument, one of the top 10, top 5, not even 5, you know what I'm saying? The saxophone solo of the breakdown where it goes... That specific part of the saxophone solo in the song, amazing. If you can play the saxophone pretty skillfully, I need to meet you, bro. Which, by the way, Wipeout, the album by Duncan Lamont, is one of the top 10 albums, one of my top 10 albums, bro. There's no skips. Not a single song on that album is a skip. There's 2 of each song that is the same genre. He has salsa music, just regular jazz and jazz fusion. Next song is Till You Come Back to Me by Rachelle Ferrell. And it's mostly the run she does at this part.
Been grown apart and lost the feeling that we once shared.
Classic song from a classic album, another one of my top 10. It's Rachelle Ferrell. She is one of the only best female singers in the world. She's top 1. She's the number 1. Her way of doing runs, especially as softly as she sings it, amazing. Top 10. I love it. Like, she's just so sultry, so smooth. Like, you just gotta listen to it and you really like, ooh, that's impressive. And speaking of Rachelle Ferrell, the next song is I Can Explain. And the main part of this song that I like the most is when the change of tune comes in.
Like no one else before.
And the live version of that song, she sings it even better. But, you know, that one part of the song where she changes tune is phenomenal. It's fantastic. I love the sound. No cap! But yeah, fantastic song. This song is from her other album, which is also in my top 10. Individuality, Can I Be Me? No skips. Next song is the Law and Order theme. I know, sounds odd, but yes, the Law and Order theme. And it's mostly the part where there's an oboe solo that happens, and I had to look on YouTube just to really deeply to find it, but I did listen to the song, and I love the theme song. And the bass in the background, guitars, strumming, oh my goodness. Bro, and don't slow it down, bro, because I'm gonna start crying if I listen to that. Best theme song on public television. For the next song, speaking of TV shows, speaking of shows in general, we have Louis' Feelings from Beastars Season 1. I feel like you already know what I'm gonna talk about. If you enjoy Beastars, if you watch anime, you will know what I'm talking about. The whole song in general, especially since the saxophone is throughout the entire song, fire, one of the best songs on that OST. The saxophone is so, ooh! It has that sexy vibe to it. It's a perfect episode ender. It's a perfect song for the middle of a show. You can put it anywhere. Literally anywhere. You could put it anywhere you want it. For romance, all kinds of stuff like that. Next song is Ferrell by Kendrick Lamar. It's mostly the ending. Here's the ending. So obviously with this ending, the synths, the Rhodes, which is another type of synth, and just like the background singing along with it like this. Beautifully composed, it's smooth, it's jazzy. You feel like you could melt to this song and you would feel peace. You would just feel peace. It's the perfect song to unwind and maybe even take a shower to, because it's the perfect type of jazz, and it's just like the delivery of every instrument makes this song top tier. Next song is Bowser Castle 2 from Super Mario Odyssey. Now, this Bowser Castle is the best Bowser Castle visually and also musically. The music in Bowser Castle 2, the second part, not the first part. The first part is pretty good though, but the second part is top tier because it's high paced and it's got a way more bigger intensity to it. The taiko drums, sasumi drums, just Japanese instruments galore. And also the visuals of the flags jumping makes it even more interesting to listen to. Japanese music being put into a more contemporary or a more faster paced vibe to it, it just makes it even better. The flute, the horn and strings breakdown, but the best part that I like the absolute most is the beginning. Top 10 instruments, like I said, is also strings, mostly violins. That chord progression / combination of melodies, that will always be one of the best parts of a song. If it has that progression, you could put it in the background or you could have it as one of the forefront instruments, but it's always going to sound good every time. Next song is the transformation music from Magical Girl Raising Project. It's mostly the beginning and the end part. So the beginning is this. And then the end. So with this transformation music, the beginning, I feel like you should already know, if you've watched the rest of this video so far, that the strings, once again, you can never go wrong with high-pitched, amazing strings. Especially when you do that with instruments. When you add a counter melody after that one part, when you do that and you add a second melody, beautiful. It sounds so nostalgic. I love it. But it's also the second part. The strings that you can hear in the background, which also if you AI split it, you can hear the strings going like this. So when it gets to the you'll hear strings in the background going dun 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 dun. And that puts the icing on the cake for me, personally. Like, Japan, don't ever stop making music like this. Next song is Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson, and it's mostly the breakdown with the this. So, let me break down the 4 parts of this song that I love the most. So the first part is, again, the synth or possibly a guitar, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a synth. So it goes... When you do that little shaking part, which is like switching to 2 different keys, but the part that I love the most is the first part, but then also the part where it goes da-da-da-da. I don't know who went crazy on the keys. When you do creative things like that, I just think that's a very creative move. One thing that I'll just tell you right now as a little breakthrough is this key, dun, 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 is one of my favorite keys to hear in music. So the second part of this song that I like the most is, of course, the horns. That's my favorite part. I love the horns. Number 3 is the combination of all the instruments together. The 4th part is the people talking in the background. This part is fire. I'm not even joking. People talking in the background and it sounding like it's a party in the studio of all places too. It just gives it, again, a nostalgic feel, but also gives you a good, very, very good feeling in your chest. It just feels like I should get up and dance. Also, the dance he does in the video behind the green screen and stuff, I'm still trying to learn that dance to this day. Next song is Bowser Castle 3 from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The Mario Kart Tour version is cool too. Amazing metal cover. The thing I like the most about this song is the guitar screeching. It happens twice in the song on one loop. A guitar screeching is one of the best sounds you could ever put in a song. Like, it being a cover of basically Mario Kart, but also a cover of Bowser's theme from Super Mario World is fire. Next one is One Piece, We Are, and it's mostly because of the part where the singer goes, compass left behind, so this is what it is. So that's the part that I like the most. Why? The piano. After he says, compass left behind. Dun, 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 dun. I've never seen anyone talk about this, even in breakdowns of this song. No one's ever talked about it. And that's one of the best parts, in my opinion, is that one little glide of the piano. But also, of course, the other part I like the most is the... amazing progression. Next one is The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. There's 2 of them that I have. The first one is Mystery Time. And the reason why I like this song is, of course, again, the saxophone. You already know this. Here's the song. So that part of the song, there's 2 things I like. Number 1, the strings in the background. I love the strings in the background. The strings go hard, even if it's subtle. I like it. But the thing that I'm more concerned about and the thing that I love the most, and the part where the saxophone at the end, the way it just smoothly fades out, it sounds like the saxophone is moaning. And it sounds really, really good. Very pleasing to my ears. I just feel like making the same sound with it. And I play it like 7 times before I actually finish the rest of the song. But of course, the whole song itself is good. And also the fact that it also transitions to even smoother jazz with the drums, say no more. One of my favorite songs. Next song is the same OST, Melancholy of Suzumiya, you know. And the second song I have is The Mysterious. And it's the last part near the end. Flute is one of my top 10 instruments. And then also the horn in the background as well. It's the most jazziest song you'll ever listen to, and I feel like it's underrated still, even though a few people know it. Next one, I feel like, you know, it's kind of obvious, but Purple Thorns by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Joseph Joestar's little theme. It fits his character really well, so it's a perfect song for him. And also the fact that it's also in a 5/6 time signature. That's my favorite part of the song. And then the saxophone gets added to it. Perfection. Next one is Daydream by Dimension again. And the thing I like the most is the sax solo, which is this. And then the bass and guitar combo at the beginning of the song, where it goes like this. That kind of progression almost, that's my favorite kind of thing that you could do with a guitar. It's so 90s. You could just cruise while you're driving down in a car or something like that, or just listening to it while you clean or something like that. Speaking of Dimension, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again is my next one, and it's Big Blue, and it's mostly the final lap where the saxophone player goes absolutely bonkers battling the guitar. Oh, when I first heard that part, I melted. Next song, Super Monkey Ball, Step and Roll World Full. It's called The Far East. And the reason I like this song the most is because of the Edu. Edu is one of my favorite traditional Chinese instruments. It's a perfect autumn instrument. You could play this while sitting next to a tree with fallen leaves. Also, again, the progression of the song. And then also, the second part is the strings, where it goes... That combination of strings like that is one of my favorite types of things to do with instruments. That's that for that one. But my last song, even though this one's not like one to end the video on for real, is Super Mario Odyssey again with Mechawiggler Battle. The reason I like this song is mostly because of the beginning, but the whole song itself, especially when it's slowed down. The horns at the beginning. Perfect combination of notes and melodies. Then on top of that, it's also the synth at the beginning. And then also the fact that it's also a jazz song. Like, it's jazz. It perfectly fits, and with the bass and everything. But also the second part I like the most is the... And again, the horns come back in the background while that part is playing. And yeah, that's basically all the songs, but also as a bonus... the songs I've got mostly. These are my top ones, and I have a bunch of other songs too, but I'm not gonna go through all of them because we would be here for about an hour. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all that stuff. Share this video if you love music. And with that being said, I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video.